and this is a demo session for performance testing using NeoLoad. Okay, so I'll be your instructor. So this is just some information about myself. Okay, so this is know your instructor. Okay, so I'm Naveen Kumar. I'm a certified expert in NeoLoad. So in Isha, you will get certified trainers. Okay, so I'll be uh, training and walking you throughout the session. I have worked across all these various domains: retail, banking, finance, insurance, reinsurance, healthcare, telecom, etc. Some of them I haven't mentioned here. I have little over 700 plus hours of live training experience. This is my credentials, where you can see it is Neotis certified expert for NeoLoad. So let's quickly check on the benefits that we are going to get from this course. So there is going to be a live question and answer clarifications. Okay, for every session, um, you can stop me if at all if you need to ask some questions, and every sessions towards the end of the session, around 50 to 20 minutes just blocked for question and answers, clarifications, etc. All the sessions are recorded, and you would be provided lifetime access to the recorded sessions. In case if somebody missed some session, need not worry, all the sessions are recorded, so you can uh, refer maybe even 3 months down the line, right? Sometimes you again need to check, you'll be having the access to the entire course. There is also, we will be conducting live troubleshooting sessions. Usually this will be towards the weekend, or we can discuss based on uh, the learners availability. So I will make you a presenter in case if you are facing any technical challenge. Okay, we can troubleshoot, and this also creates a learning opportunity for all other learners as well. And of course, uh, learners who aspire to complete professional certification, there are guidance provided. So again, for this, whoever needs, there is going to be a separate session for it. Okay, where we will be discussing on how we can clear professional certification. Currently NeoLoad, uh, only professional certification is available. Expert certification is not uh, available so far. I think soon Tricentis would start it. So let's look at some of the course content. Okay, what this course has to offer. Okay, there are performance testing concepts, where we will be touching some of the concepts which is associated with performance testing. So learners who already know about this can once again learn these concepts through the NeoLoad tool itself, and the folks who does not know anything about performance testing will benefit from this uh, these sessions. Of course, we will be discussing about NeoLoad's features and functionalities, various components of NeoLoad, and there will be most of the sessions, right? It would be practical demonstration and hands-on. Okay, slides will go for sometimes some few sessions. After that, there is going to be most of it, it's hands-on demonstration. Okay, so how are we going to conduct the sessions? There is going to be 4 sessions per week minimum we will target. There may be 5 sessions also. Each session would vary between 1 to 1.5 hours. This timing depends on the topic that we are going to discuss. Will also be a practical lab sessions. This practical lab sessions would be conducted during the weekends. I I'm aware that some of you are from different time zones, so we will discuss this. There would be a group created where we will be discussing how and when we can conduct these lab sessions. Okay, so before we get into uh, the next topic, let's just look at the course content. Okay, so this is a comprehensive table for what all the things that we are going to learn. Okay, there would be something on introduction to performance testing, introduction to NeoLoad, of course installation of NeoLoad we'll be discussing, and from here at least 95% of the sessions are hands-on. Okay, as you can see, there is going to be components of NeoLoad. Design, under design we will be recording a user path, looking at different components. NeoLoad offers different types of correlations: auto correlation, automatic configuration, manual correlation, advanced correlation. We will discuss about this extensively. As you may know, correlation is a vital part of any scripting, right? So if we get the correlation right, then 80% of the script is done. So I would also like to show you what we had done in the previous batch. Okay, as you can see, this batch was in between March to April 2022. Okay, so we will be creating these many scripts. So a variety of concepts we will be discussing. There is unauthenticated, authenticated workflows, end-to-end buyer workflow that we will record. All these are auto correlation, automatic configuration, manual and advanced, and this is a randomization. There is variable. We will discuss about different variables. Assertions, which is for validating uh, the response. Different types of assertions we'll discuss. And yes, so there are some of the logical actions we will be discussing. We will create different types of populations, as you can see, with different um, settings, with different population parameters. We will create them. From monitors, we will create some of the uh, sample demo monitors, and in runtime we will create all different types of performance testing. As you can see, there is these are the different types: smoke test, load test, endurance, capacity, peaks, etc. We will do a series of executions. Okay, all these executions are going to be live executions. Okay, as you can see, the recent execution happened in April 23rd, just like 2 weeks back. So these many executions that we have done, we will discuss extensively about a results manager and its features, how we can take advantage of them. Okay, and so on. So this course will touch almost all the modules, all the features, which will pole vault you to directly get you started working on live projects. So let's get started. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to name this as May 2022. So we are starting this on May. Okay. Right. So I would like to show you just an intro about this NeoLoad, like show you a short uh, a recording, right? So to record, you see this, right? There is this start recording button. Either you can use this or this, both are same. I'll just click on this and I'm seeing a start recording wizard. I can change the name. So let's say something like this. Okay. There are various options here. We are going to discuss about only on the web protocol. SAPGUI or Citrix is not included. Will not be, it's out of scope. And client is just the browser. If I click on this drop down button, these are the different browsers that are available in my system. Okay. So for now, I will continue with the Internet Explorer. There are also advanced settings. We will discuss about these settings as we progress. Okay. So let me start recording. Okay. So as I started with the recording, what I'm seeing here is the recording bar, and an instance uh, gets invoked by NeoLoad. Okay. So this is a instance which is started by NeoLoad. Okay. Whatever the network traffic that this specific client goes through gets recorded by NeoLoad. Okay. So that's how the script gets generated. We're going to call this as a user path. Okay. So as you can see, there are different options here. You can pause, stop the recording. These are the different containers. Okay. Generally, the recording is done in the action container. That is the default settings. So I'm going to choose the action itself. I'll leave it as it is. And there is a transaction. I would like to provide the first transaction. Okay. This was the application that I would like to launch. Since it says last three recorded, I can either click this or I can simply use the address bar, paste it right here. Okay. And then simply click enter. This would load the page. I will just continue. This is just a demo application. Okay. So I've just simply launched. So let's say I would like to go to the next transaction, or you can also say call it as user action. We will discuss about this workflow scenarios, right? Different performance terms, keywords, standards, best practices, all of them. We will be discussing as in when we are progressing with the course. Okay. I just want to, this is just a demo session. So I just want to show you look and feel of this tool, right? So I'm just going to click the fish. So click fish has opened. Now I would like to maybe say click angelfish is the product that I'm clicking, and click an item. Okay. So it's EST1. I'm selecting this. Then maybe I decided to come back to home page. Okay. I'm not going to order anything here. So I'm back to home page. Okay. Just stopping. After we complete the recording, this is the post recording wizard. So here we will see all the different hosts that are involved in recording. In live projects, okay, this will not be the case, where currently I'm seeing, or we are seeing only one host here. Usually there will be other third parties. There could be Google Analytics, there could be Facebook handles, Twitter handles, other social media handles, uh, Google APIs, maybe weather, um, uh, channels. All of these could be listed, and it also gets recorded as a part of the application. So we have to choose which all the hosts that are in our scope, and which all are not in the scope. We have to just uncheck them, check only that is in the scope, and then have to click next. Okay, so this is a built-in feature, okay, where this is going to search for the dynamic parameters. Okay, so it is recommended that we do not take or use this feature when we are doing the first ever recording. Okay, so I'm going to skip this step. I will tell you why we are going to skip this. Okay, so that we can keep the baseline. So there is also a scripting phases that we'll be discussing. There are 4 different phases, and by following these phases, this will ensure that we can create a really high quality scripts. Okay, and this also eliminates a lot of human errors, rework. It has a lot of advantage by following these phases. Okay, I'm just clicking next. Then again, I'm going to choose use and recorded think time. So we'll also discuss about what is think time, what is spacing, all of them. Okay, so click on next, then finish. So I'm just going to expand this. In init and end, there is nothing. We have recorded all of them in the actions. Okay, I'm launching the Google Chrome browser. Okay, so this is our home page. This is the launch. Okay, so I'm just expanding this launch. Okay, and what we are currently seeing here is, this is the page that it got recorded. Under this, there is a catalog.action, which is supposed to be the HTML document, and there are some of the CSS, GIFs. All these are non-HTML resources. Okay, let's look at the. I'm just going to launch the Google Chrome developer tool. To launch this developer tool, there are few ways. You can press F12 button, or can go here, more tools, and click on developer tools. This will bring up, or there is also a shortcut, which is, you can see this, right, Control Shift I. So there are different tabs here, and what we are interested is in the network tab, where we can see the traffic that is happening between the client and the server. So client is this browser, server is this pet store application. Okay, so I'm just going to simply refresh. So as you can see, so the same pattern, excuse me, a catalog.action, and there are other GIFs, possibly CSS, all of them that we can see here. This is a very simple application. Okay, so it has a very few information here. I would like to open up a resource intensive application. So let's see how it is. So this is one of the uh, a popular brand for cosmetics related. Okay, before I open this. So I worked on this as a performance engineer for this. Okay. Uh, Anyways, let me open this. So if we see, there is a HTML document, but still it is downloading. You can see it is crossing 13 MB, 28 MB, 30 MB now, and still it is going on. Okay. So when I say resource intensive applications, this is one such example. Okay. Generally, this any cosmetics related websites usually is the websites are it's more colorful. They have to use all these complex colors, right? And they also implement a lot other kind of lazy loading and a few other uh, see, as you can see, there are this mega navs, there are banners, there are many other things that are involved. So if we see from the in the backend, okay, here there is a document and there's a lot of style sheet has gone downloaded. There are a lot of scripts that I see. There are images. Again, so much of scripts. There are SVGs, fonts, XHR calls, JPEGs, more HTML documents, child sheets, JPEGs. Okay, so um, so think about it. So this so much resources got downloaded, right? So even we should have a very good web page, sorry, internet to even load such heavy applications, right? So so this is how in any real time application is going to be. It is not going to be like this. Okay, this is just uh, a simple application so that we can learn various concepts about NeoLoad, and and you can improve on this, and then once you get into a real time projects, it would be easier for you to take on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply replay this. Okay, so to replay, see this, there is a human icon with a tick mark, which is a called as check this user path. Either I can use this, or I can click on this uh, here, this JPEG in the user path. You can see user path validity. Can click on this. Okay, so this will bring the checking a user path validity. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start checking, but before I do, there is one default uh, change that I have to make, which is to change this handle cache. Change this handle cache to new user. Okay, so we are changing this to new user so that every time uh, a user path is checked, a new user would be simulated. Okay, so it's like a browser with no cache. It is coming as fresh. Okay, a fresh user is trying to launch and traverse through all the transactions that we have recorded. We will discuss about other settings later, okay, as we progress. Okay, I'm just going to simply click on start checking. Okay, so on the left hand side, what we are seeing is the user path, actions, and its transaction pages that is getting executed. So it has, this says like this user path is valid, it has replayed successfully. Okay, so let's quickly look at these tabs. Okay, this time, okay, it starts the start time and it goes on as it progresses. The elapsed time gets recorded. The action which request is getting executed. Response code, some of you may already know about this response code. Response code is just the HTTP status code, okay, which will be a part of the response. Okay, we will be extensively discussing about this once we get into this response code topic. Assertions, we haven't applied any assertions, so this tab is largely empty. And the difference, so how much difference between the recorded content and the replayed content. Below, what we see is the request, response, and assertions. If you would like to compare the request, we can click on this, and we can click on this button. This would open up the recorded request. Okay, left hand side we are seeing the replayed or validation request. On the right hand side we're seeing the recorded request. So I just wanted to simply get started with the NeoLoad and show you a simple recording. Okay, um, so I would like to take any questions that you may have a part of this course. Anything that you have, you can ask me now. The floor is open. You can also use chat box in case if you are unable to speak.
Yeah, hi Naveen. So Anil this side.
Hi, hi Anil.
So
Yes.
yeah, so actually I wanted to ask if I wanted to learn SAP GUI and Citrix. So what about that?
SAP GUI, we are working on it. Soon there
Yeah,
would be a separate SAP GUI is a separate protocol altogether. Even that also applies for Citrix as well. Okay.
okay,
So these need certain infra requirement. Okay. Somehow we bridged the infra requirement for SAP GUI. For Citrix, we are still exploring. Soon you can expect SAP GUI separate course would be launched by early July or late June. Okay.
okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. So apart from this, if I wanted to get certified in NeoLoad, so
Mhm.
what will be the course content, syllabus, and the certification fees of NeoLoad?
Um, so currently, you can get certified from Tricentis. Okay, Tricentis is offering a professional certification. From the syllabus perspective, these are the things, the topics that we are going to discuss. Okay. Um,
Okay.
so if you manage to have some hands-on on all of these topics, you will be able to easily clear the certification, that is the professional certification. But some kind of hands-on is expected. Okay, so that uh, you'll be able to easily clear. But of course, there will be a separate session. How you can see, it's a open book certification where you can also take help from maybe the documentation uh, or anything, any help. You can also Google and you can find based on the question that they're asking. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And it is
Yes.
free, your some
Yes.
certification fees?
Yeah, yeah, correct. It is available. It is free, but you would probably need a company's ID. Okay,
Okay, yeah, sure.
to
Yeah, thank you,
get
Naveen.
yourself. Yes. Thank you, Anil. So, any other queries?
Hi, Naveen. This is Arvind.
Hi,
So
Arvind.
when you do the validation check, the
Mhm.
user part validation check, does it actually hit the application or how does it work? Naveen?
Validation, yes. So, if I would like to show you a simple validation, okay. So, let's see. You see this validation here, right? There are different types of validations that are there. Okay, that is, you can say this duration validation, content length validation, and response content validation. Usually response content validation is something that is a most recommended method out of all these three method. Okay, so I can just simply bring this text picker and I can select anything. So let me see what I can use. There must be something on. Let's see. Okay, see, you see this, right? There is JPEG store demo. Okay, let's say
Yeah.
I choose this as my validating key. Okay, I can
Oh,
select this as a text. I can simply hit OK. If I try to replay this, okay, so I'm just replaying this. So when it replays, if this finds whatever the key, as you can see there, right, the assertions that this got enabled, it says like 1 out of 1 assertion succeeded.
mm,
That means whatever the value that we had selected while replaying, it was able to identify. In case, let's say I'm going to write something like this, okay, Arvind, okay, highly unlikely that this is going to find this name here. Okay, so let's see, let's check. So in case if this does not find in the response, this is going to throw an error saying that this specific pattern, okay, it is unable to find from the response. Okay, it is a very simple, as you can see this, right, there's already, it is saying like this user path jpeg contains one error. Okay, I can use this button to directly navigate to the request that is failing. And if I go to this assertions, I can see that this, see this, right, assertion failed, the response does not contain the specified pattern. So it can be of anything, right? I just for example purpose, I have just taken your name. Okay. uh,
okay.
but you
So,
got
so
it right. Yes.
okay. So basically, it is validating um, the actual recorded response against the validation response, right? Or,
Yes, correct. No, it
okay.
is, it keeps validating when it is replaying,
Mhm.
while when it replays. So as in when it replays it, it matches, it searches
Oh,
for such pattern in the response. If it finds
okay.
that pattern, the validation succeeds. If it doesn't find the pattern, it fails.
Okay. So since we are doing in the design section,
Mhm.
I'm kind of slightly confused. So now I'm getting some clarity. So if we do the same execution in the runtime environment, then this
Mhm.
validation will be happening against the actual
Correct.
application response, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So if we, so our so all this, see, there is what all the uh, so there are like different aspects that are there, okay, included in the design perspective. So what all the things that we will take care, we will work on correlation, okay, which is to handle the dynamic parameters. We will be working on with parameterization, which is uh, used to handle the user defined variables
User session
using the
tokens.
variable manager. And then there is checkpoints, which is this validation or also called as assertions, where we will put certain checkpoints on some of these critical transactions or authenticated transactions. We would need to validate them so that we are getting the intended response, right? So
Okay.
this would be done. If there are any exception handling that needs to be done, we will also implement that. So all of these activities will be done under the design module. Okay, so during
Okay.
the execution, all of this whatever that we have uh, developed and created, implemented, this would be applied in the runtime also. So whatever that we have applied in the user path under the design will be taken, because this is just like a single user. Okay, what we see is a single user, and in the runtime this is going to be of kind of a multiple users, like 10
Multi-
users, 50 users, something like that. So it's a simulation of this user path. It's like kind of a virtual users.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So any other queries?
Yes, Naveen. This is my first time. I've never done this before, but I was encouraged by Mohammed Sana,
Okay.
and so I'm all for it.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Now, I was telling you that I'm new to this, everything. I've never done it before. However, I'm all for it. I'm ready to learn.
Oh, great. That's a good energy from you, James.
That's it. All right.
Sure, I'm ready to train you or
All right. No
train
problem.
everybody.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So any other queries that you may have from the
Hi,
course
Navi.
perspective? Yes, hi.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is Madhuri.
Ma- Hi, Madhuri.
Yeah.
Please.
So actually, yeah,
Hmm?
so actually going through this course content, we would be using the demo applications, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but in real time, actual applications are far different from the demo applications, right? So
Agreed.
there may be the encryption, decryption, and more complex. Right, so like
True.
how we are will be able to get that applications recording and scripting, because demo
Okay.
we can understand, like whatever
Hmm.
you will teach us we can follow that, but when
Correct.
we try to do the actual applications, then it comes to more challenges, like how to do the
Absolutely. I
recording.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So what we will do is we will use the demo applications just to learn all the different features, components, functionalities
Mm-hmm.
about NeoLoad. Okay. Uh, of course, I have to agree that the live application would be entirely different. Live application could be a little bit more complex compared to uh, the demo application. Even demo application, as we progress, right? This
Yeah.
tend to become little bit complex, like for the newcomers and new for the starters, right?
Yeah.
So in case if you are stuck with something on your real-time application, okay,
Okay.
so anyways I'll be there to support you if you have any technical challenge. I can provide you unsolicited guidance to unblock your technical challenges whatever that you are facing. And
Mm-hmm.
in case if that um, there is also, as I said, right, there would be like troubleshooting sessions, right? So you'll be working on some application, and maybe you would like to share your screen and check, like troubleshoot. We can also do that, as this would as I've already told, this would create an opportunity. It's a
Mm-hmm.
learning opportunity even for me, because I gained a lot of expertise on various domains by just helping folks. Okay, by helping
Okay.
learners. So I'm able to achieve to a certain expertise by just offering this support and help. Okay, so need not worry. uh, but what I can assure you is, um, with just the demo application, okay, you can most likely learn. And so it's like as good as driving a car, right? Maybe
Okay.
initially you might feel like, oh, you have gear, accelerator, steering, you have to look around, there's too many things are going on, right? But once you
Mm-hmm.
learn learn to drive a little bit, then it becomes quite easy, right? I think that is, this applies to everybody. When we start something new, we will be having a lot of anxiety and a lot of whether you'll be able to do it or something. But need not worry, we'll just focus on the process. And so as we progress, right, you will gain confidence. So I can assure that in 2 weeks of this course starting, you will learn
Mm-hmm.
so many different concepts that will enable you to work on real time projects.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes. So anything else, uh, learners? you can also use chat box if you have any queries.
One
Okay.
question, Naveen.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, there are so many tools for performance testing, right? LoadRunner,
Mhm.
NeoLoad,
Correct.
then Gatling, I think, Jmeter. So why NeoLoad?
Okay. Good question. Thank you for this question. So of course I have to agree that there are too many tools, right? So LoadRunner was the industry leader. So
Yeah.
see this term LoadRunner was, okay. It is no
Okay.
longer an industry leader. So LoadRunner offers various protocol support. Okay, there is COM, DCOM, there is Citrix, Web, um, TruClient, and it has a very good portfolio of a huge protocol that LoadRunner was offering. Okay, and of course because
Mhm.
of its lot of offer, it is quite expensive from the cost perspective. And there is Jmeter, right? Jmeter is a
Yeah.
open source tool. Jmeter, I would say Jmeter is not a performance testing tool. Jmeter is more like an utility tool. Okay, so what I say when I say utility kind of tool, so I think you must know about this, right? So I'm just showing this. So I think everybody must have come across this, right? Swiss knife. So
Yeah.
it is called as Swiss knife, but it has many other utility also. So this is what JMeter is. JMeter can be used as functional test. It can be used as automation. You can write some script. You can run some automated jobs on it. You can add it, implement it with Jenkins, create pipelines, run your automated functional test, run your automated performance test. It can also be used for performance test. So it has a big so how we going to use it? Okay, that is all it. So it's like as good as the same thing. Okay, you can use this. You can you can use it for cutting things, or when you see this, there is a saw, there is you can use this for opening something like this. Okay, this is what JMeter is. Okay, but as it is, I think in product, usually JMeter is used as a utility. Okay, not of course it is also used as performance. And it is since it's open source, um, the domains like banking, finance, insurance, healthcare, life life science, they may not you know go with these open source tools, because of they will be having certain security compliances. Okay, because of
Mhm.
this compliant, they will not prefer open source tools. Okay, so they will have to go with a proprietary tool. So with proprietary, we have LoadRunner, and there is NeoLoad. Okay, so NeoLoad is cost wise, it is really less compared to LoadRunner, and it is highly intuitive. Okay, with NeoLoad, as you can see, right, in LoadRunner, a learning curve with LoadRunner is it will take at least 4 to 6 months for you to learn clearly on what is going on over there. So there are different LoadRunner based functions that you have to learn. There are
Right.
web functions that you have to learn. You should know something on the programming side. You should know C
Mhm.
or Java, like core Java, right? There should be some programming essence should be there to work with LoadRunner. So because of that, the learning curve is more, and you have to deal with different components separately. And you got it right. It is of course it is um, really good for the folks who have already learned, who have time to spend on it and then work with that. But NeoLoad, if you see, it is highly intuitive, user friendly. It is quite easy. It is codeless design. There is no code at all. With few click works, you can complete your scripting. You can almost get started. So if we compare I'm just comparing LoadRunner and NeoLoad because of its proprietary tag. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
NeoLoad is at least 70% faster than LoadRunner.
Okay.
NeoLoad is at least 50% faster than Jmeter. Okay, so
Okay.
as you can see, we hardly took 10-15 minutes to record this workflow, and
Yeah.
almost we replayed. And if I have another half an hour or another 1 hour time, I'll be able to set up a scenario and we can literally go for the execution. So
Okay.
that's how quick NeoLoad is. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the benefit. And also there are other tools, like as you said, Gatling is a uh, more like programming oriented tool. Okay, you need to know a lot of, and it works based on Scala, right? So so that has a different utility that is suitable for developers. Okay, usually. So who who is devs, and they nowadays devs also are doing a functional test, performance test also to a certain extent. It is useful for them. Okay, Gatling. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, if we learn something on Scala, we'll be able to work with Gatling. And there are other tools like web-based performance testing tools like Load Ninja, right? Many other tools are also there, but currently the industry leaders are still Jmeter, LoadRunner, NeoLoad, and maybe Gatling a little bit here and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope I have answered your question. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the difference between different tools. So there is no, I mean, you cannot really have one tool for substitute for another. As I said, LoadRunner has a very good protocol portfolio, so they win on those area. Okay, so let's say like maybe currently TruClient or maybe Citrix Web, something like that, right? Which other
Mm-hmm.
tools may not have it. Okay, so that is different. NeoLoad has this only three protocols so far, and there are some other features also associated with this. Okay, Jmeter, as I said, it is a kind of a utility tool. You can use it for anything. You can use it for functional automation, performance, write some script, use take advantage of shell script, groovy script. You got it right. If you want to simply
Yeah.
run some utility, you'll be able to do it with Jmeter. Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, so different tools has different uh, purpose here and different
Mm-hmm.
objective, and based on that you can select which tool uh, we would need and how we can select. Okay,
Yeah. Thanks.
yes, okay. So any other queries? uh,
Yeah, Naveen, so we need not write any custom coding in new load, right?
we do write custom coding. Okay, I would like to show you something on the previous batch. Okay, so
Okay,
NeoLoad
so what
supports
programming will,
JavaScript. Yes, yes.
okay,
So NeoLoad supports JavaScript. Okay, as you can see here, right? So we use this tool. Sorry, we use this JavaScript. So you can see this, right? There is a JavaScript logical action. We use this, okay, to write something on the custom coding. Okay. So what has been done here is to write some. It's just a simple code. Okay. By looking at it, you can easily understand. What we are going to
yes,
do
yes,
is we are going to write some uh, some data to a file. Okay, sometimes we want to create a test data. Okay, so here what we are writing is we are writing some order number and a category, okay, into a file. And what we are, so we can write it as a CSV, or you can also write it as a text file. Okay, so this is possible. This is just one such example, something that is out of scope, or out of NeoLoad's features and functionality, we can still be able to achieve using JavaScript. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, so it is possible, and we will also we'll be having a dedicated session for this, and there are like something like a rendezvous and some interesting topics that we are having. So we'll be discussing about them, but these things will come after we cross this the basics, right? So we will complete the advanced correlation or randomization. I think till assertion we will work with, and then we will move on to population. We will design different populations here, then monitors, then we will move on to runtime, where we will create different scenarios. We will do few rounds of executions. We will understand different tabs, what all them, and then we will move on to results. And here we will learn about how we can analyze the results, how to provide observations, and how to how to draw observations out of it, how to provide recommendations and remediation process with the application team. Okay, all these aspects we will be discussing, and then we will come back to some of these advanced topics, that is as you can see, some loop, while loop. So wait until there's javascript, rendezvous, try catch, all this we will be discussing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. So any other queries, folks? Okay, I take that as a no. So we will I will see you all tomorrow, same time. We will be starting with installation of NeoLoad in the next session. So we will start with so I will keep every files, everything ready. So in the next session, I think we will have few more demo sessions. So I'd be expecting your presence to learn some more, so that you can evaluate whether if this sessions and this course would be useful for you. Okay, fine. So thank you everyone for joining. So we will catch up tomorrow, same time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.